Something tiny, tasty, and tantalizing. In other words, a tidbit. That's what we're honing in on for this week's show. We've scoured Southwest Florida to find the truly unique, beginning with an urban staple now showing up on our streets and parking lots. We sampled the food truck trend on a roll.
The community of food trucks are chefs that are going out and putting themselves in front of their guests, and you get to play and do whatever you want and put it out the window.
Then, wherever there's food, you need something to wash it down with. These days, the craze is custom cocktails. Restaurants now feature them, recognizing craft is king. Plus, some of the best gifts come in little packages, even better if it's handmade. A growing number of artisans are thriving in the small marketplace. I'm Amy Osher. We'll also have tidbits from our reporters and Insta food tips. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. Years ago, they were called lunch wagons and didn't get much respect. Nowadays, grabbing grub from a food truck can be a gourmet experience. They're restaurants on wheels. Operations like the Sizzle truck are popping up nationwide. Food trucks are speedily becoming gourmet hotspots.
Everything on our sandwiches is all fresh, all the condiments I make myself. So our shrimp po' boy has pickled peppers, sweet peppers on top with a Cajun remoulade, but I pickle the peppers myself.
If that doesn't whet your appetite, how about this?
We have our New England style steak and cheese, and it's done with cubed tenderloin, and we use a 3-cheese blend. We put fresh vegetables on top.
Miles away from the food wagons of days gone by.
Back then, what was happening was the truck was pulling up with pre-made sandwiches and pre-made everything. And you just walked up to the truck, and really the only thing that was being made was probably hot dogs sitting in a steamer basket.
Now refined, these babies are rolling down the road packed with fresh food and fixings, condensed into a tiny, super efficient kitchen.
The whole truck from nose to tail is 24 feet.
Every inch devoted to the product. The Sizzle truck's workspace is about 18 feet in length.
Over here is our flat top. This is where we cook most of our sandwiches.
And then down there, we don't got
over here is a rotisserie. We cooked up to 10 chickens, 12 chickens. And then over here we have the fryer later. And over next to him is the stove.
At least 3 people man the truck. Everything is made on the spot, out the window within 5 to 7 minutes.
In one day, in 3 hours, we did 157 sandwiches.
Good food trucks pick up a fan following.
I just work about a mile down the road, so it's convenient.
Matt Ward and Anne-Marie Meadows keep tabs on Facebook. They're part of a ballooning population of foodies in Southwest Florida.
The shrimp po' boy is just wonderful fried shrimp fast food yumminess, and the garlic aioli is just awesome.
And the salad, please.
The salad, would you like to add chicken to that?
Seems Americans are developing a taste for the concept. Experts tracking the mobile food industry reported annual earnings of $1.2 billion in 2015, with more than 4,000 trucks on the road, creating a role model for restaurants.
Good thing about it is if a location isn't working, we just pack up and go to a new location.
When you think of culinary creations, the good old hamburger may not top your list. Although one local spot could change your mind. Brooks Gourmet Burgers and Dogs is not only a local favorite, it was named one of the top 10 burger joints in the U.S. In honor of National Cheeseburger Day, which was last week in case you missed it, feast your eyes on this, a Brooks burger in the making. This pesto goat cheese hamburger is just one of the funky and fancy features on the menu. TripAdvisor included the Naples hotspot in its list of top burger joints for the last 2 years, and Brooks also took the top spot in our readers poll. The locally owned restaurant was also the subject of a Forbes magazine write-up on its donut hamburger. Custom concoctions are making a name for themselves, with craft cocktails generating big bar business. These aren't just any drinks. They often include a blend of multiple liquors, even infusions of fresh herbs and fruits.
Okay, so the drink itself is called the Margarita de Diabolita.
It is a habanero infused tequila that we do here in-house, that the margarita is made with. The tequila itself takes anywhere from 2 days all the way up to a week, depending on the time of year that the peppers are picked. Sometimes we get really, really hot peppers. Sometimes they're a little bit milder. So to keep the drink consistent, we're always tasting and whatnot the tequila. After we get that tequila to where we need it to be, we mix it with a little bit of COARSE puree, which is a blend of blood orange and pomegranate juices, a little bit of ginger, and then a little liquor 43, which is an orange vanilla liqueur, and of course some fresh lime juice to bring it all together. It starts off a little sweet, almost like you're drinking any kind of fruit margarita, strawberry or pomegranate margarita, and then right after it finishes off, you get a really nice kick of heat on the tail end for sure.
A step beyond iced coffee, a cool trend in the beverage biz is cold brew. Bennett's Fresh Roast is well known for its coffee and donuts. Now they perfected one of the hottest Java drinks around. Our News Press partners got a behind-the-scenes look.
So today we're introducing our Bennett's Fresh Roast Cold Brew. It's the very first time we've ever served cold brew. We've served iced coffee before, but changed to the cold brew method because it's smoother, it's stronger, it's more flavorful, and people really, really are liking it.
Trying to make sure there's no dry spots.
It is important to make sure it stays ultra cold at all times. That's the key to making really great flavored cold brew. That becomes our concentrate. We take the coffee concentrate, we add another 50% more water to it, we put it in our giant keg, and we dispense it using nitrogen, just like a standard brew keg. It's like we're serving beer here, except it's got caffeine in it.
When we come back, your meal may be a memory, but you can keep it alive in photos. Tips for taking great food pics coming up.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Welcome to paradise. It's Tommy Bahama month at Bears Furniture. Save 50% off all Tommy Bahama designs, Valley High, Ocean Club, Island Fusion, and more. Shop exclusive Tommy Bahama products available only at Bears. In stock, ready for immediate delivery. Save on luxurious upholstery. Your choice, just $19.97. Don't miss the lowest prices of the year. Guaranteed. Tommy Bahama month. Final days. Only at Bears.
Serving up more tasty tidbits, this time it's coming from our newsroom. Our reporters share their scoops and stories on the beat.
Hi, I'm Alex Glorioso, the political reporter here at the Naples Daily News. As the general election comes up, we are starting to dive into voter registration data and voter performance data. We'll also be going on the ground in the I-4 corridor, which is known as the swing part of our swing state, to get on the ground and talk to voters and see how they're doing and what they're feeling for the upcoming election. So stay tuned for those stories and look out for us in the paper.
Hi, I'm Greg Stanley with the Naples Daily News, and right now we're taking a close look into the Naples Spearfishing League. It's a hodgepodge group of boat captains and spearfishing aficionados who are going out and really trying to promote and market Naples as a spearfishing and diving destination. It's something that hasn't been able to easily happen, so we're taking a close look into their efforts and what are the hurdles in their way from attracting people out into the Gulf.
I'm Shelby Reynolds, and I'm a features reporter here at the Naples Daily News. I'm working on a story about a 16-year-old Naples girl who was diagnosed as a child with childhood apraxia of speech. It's a rare speech disorder that affects her pronunciation of words. About 10 in every 1,000 children are diagnosed with it. And she has worked really hard to overcome it and has been cast as the lead role in her high school play. So you can find that in print on Thursday.
Okay, back to food. Southwest Florida is getting quite a rep for its food scene. Chef inspired, it doesn't have to be too pricey to be good. Many of your favorite restaurants are happy to reveal how they make their signature items. The news press calls this feature Hot Dish. Here's a taste.
What do you think it is about it that makes it?
It's different, you know, like a lot of places just have regular calamari. And, you know, calamari's nice, like if, you know, put a little spice to it. So this is our take. It's just a little spicier, but it's got nice flavors as well. It's kind of unique, and you don't really see, you never seen it. I haven't seen it anybody has it on their menu, so yeah, it's nice. It sets us apart from everybody.
What better way to relive a good meal? Just take a look at social media. Between restaurant fare and our good old home cooking, people are snapping and sharing their best meals. In our Help Yourself series, we have Insta Food Tips. Professional photographer Reagan Rule has some really tasty tips for us on how to photograph food better. And I'm going to go there, Reagan. People call it food porn because we just can't get enough of looking at tasty food.
I do stay up awake a lot at night, and I just look through my phone on Instagram and I just drool, basically. I love food. I've always loved food, and since I've become a photographer, and with the love of Instagram, I'm always taking photos.
As a foodie myself, what's really disappointing is when you spend a lot of time on a meal, you take a picture of it and it doesn't look really good, and you find yourself telling people like, oh no, it's really good. How can we avoid that? You said you have some tips?
There's a couple key tips that will definitely help you make your dish look appetizing, as good as it tastes. I understand that sometimes sauces and things like that, cheesy foods, can sometimes look a little messy, and your friends might go, oh, that doesn't really look that good, but you're like, it was amazing. So yeah, we're gonna go over a couple things today to help you take photos better. Also, if you're out, at your favorite restaurant and you have, an amazing dish, things that you can kind of like take quickly and enjoy that meal.
And one thing worth noting, while you have really fancy and wonderful professional camera gear, you can accomplish this with your iPhone or just your own phone.
iPhones are amazing nowadays, yes. You can do some great photos with your iPhone. So I brought one of my favorite sushi rolls, and this is the Hot Lady roll from one of my favorite restaurants, Araya, here in Naples. And I'm just gonna actually put some of the sauce on so that it looks a little bit more realistic. But I brought this first dish to give you guys an example of, I'm probably doing it wrong. They do a much better job than I do. But to give you an example of depth of field, because here's a long, skinny roll that is all about one height. You don't really have, you know, a tall dish. You have just an even dish here. So, you know, when you do your photo, you want to keep in mind that you're not really going to be going up as much. You can stay level. If you go too much over top, you're going to miss the ingredients that are inside this dish.
Definitely.
So to turn it this way, I'm going to take a photo with my phone first. We'll show you later on Instagram the photos that we have from this shoot. And you'll see here the inside of the dish. You'll see all the things that are inside the sushi roll. You want to get low and you want to get tight. A lot of times I see people making the mistake where they back out and they get all this negative space in the photo and they don't really get the focus on the food. The food is the ultimate focus. So you want to get as close as you can to the dish, and smartphones are excellent now for focusing. So if you touch the area that you want to focus on and you've got a nice little line here, you can take a quick photo and get that nice depth of field. And then, I don't know if you can see this on here.
No, that is good. That's better. I like the way you kind of had...
It's got a little bit of a,
more of a shape
angle
to
it.
Yeah, I was going to say, with your angle on it as well.
So that way you can get a length, you can get some of the inside ingredients, and what we'll do is we'll put a cool
It also
filter
looks
on
huge.
Yeah.
It makes it look really big.
It fills up the entire screen, which is, you know, what you really want. The food and the textures, if you can pick out some of the colors or some of the key ingredients, like if you have something with shrimp, you know, make sure you get those key ingredients and you focus on them.
And you
really
did that
tight.
by touching the spot when you were sizing it up?
And it'll automatically, like your phones right now are so great. They allow us to have such control, and it's a really nice device. So if you tap your finger in the area that you want to focus on, the rest will kind of blur out and get soft. So that way you'll have a nice clean image, you'll focus on the areas you want to focus on, and you won't get any of that messy stuff in the background either. So I'm actually going to put the saturation levels a little bit higher on this because you've got really nice color. You've got oranges, you've got some greens. And you
Is it nice to have the white plate because it really accentuates it?
I like it. I'm generally go to cleaner shots, and whenever I even style and do product shots at home, I go for white all the time. So
Okay.
that's kind of my little niche.
I'm going to see if I can do one.
So you want to get low, and actually I'm going to turn it around for you. Let's see, a little bit here. I know the light's coming from this direction too.
I know.
That's another thing is lighting. You want to make sure you study your light source. So if the light's coming from this direction, generally you want to go to the side that the light source is coming from.
That makes sense.
So.
Now this was long and skinny. What else do we have that might present some different kind of options? The sushi really seems to beg for getting its picture taken with all the colors and the shape and textures.
Oh, they're beautiful. They really are really pretty pieces. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, really, can I eat that? But yes, you can definitely eat it and it tastes good too. So this here is a lobster roll, and this is a good example because it's actually a little messy. It takes the whole plate. So if you look at this and you say, well, where's your focal point? Where's your front, your back, your side? I would say the back is somewhere around here. You've got two sides, but it kind of is in the front here. You've got the orange, you've got some different garnishes and things like that. So if I was going to take a photo of this dish, I would actually take a section of it or a portion of it and try to really downplay the rest of the huge dish because you don't want it to be overwhelming.
You're not trying to capture it all. You wanted to show people like a taste of it.
Just a detail shot, exactly. So
here's the phone. Let's give it a go.
So we'll come in here. And again, my light source is coming from over here. So I know we're on camera. I might have to reach around here a little bit. It actually looks cool. And you can, the nice thing about having an iPhone, and you can play. You can delete photos. You don't have to waste film or anything like that. So even like a lengthwise shot, you could try a low shot that shows the depth of field and that has the length. But you could also come in a little closer and just even to get, let's see, because this one, like I said, is a little trickier. The avocado is hiding some of the sushi. You could come in a little closer and just do a really nice tight detail shot. And I usually, when I shoot, I take a few, honestly.
Now, do you want to focus in, though, on an element, or you even have these neat little sprouts and then the orange that's all cut up very creatively? Do you focus on that, or are you trying to get the heart of what the meal is?
I'm just focusing on this little corner right here. I'm just picking this area, and I'm kind of focusing right on that. Don't be afraid to pick apart your food. If you've got a dish that's a little bit like buried like this, maybe pick a roll, and we'll section it out, and we'll see how pretty this is. Yeah, we can at least see the inside of the dish.
Wow.
I'm not a chef, but I do like to take photos of food. So maybe just to have in the front, in the forefront, we could set it there.
I see.
You know, and nobody has to see this
So
part
you
over
see it
here.
lined up, but you also get to see what the roll looks like.
Exactly, and it's still, you know, this is a trickier shot because it's a busy food dish. There's a lot going on here, but you are at least able to pull it apart. I always say play with your food, but you can pull it apart and you could crop it and have a really nice tight shot with the sushi roll.
It looks like it belongs on the menu.
And then everything in the background. So at least you can see what's inside. And then once you pop the color a little bit, believe me, detail is key. Nobody's gonna see anything else around. Just focus on the detail shots. So that's kind of where I go whenever I get food shots like that.
Very nice. Well, we'll show all the photos. We'll share all the photos that we did on Instagram so you can see
Awesome.
those later. And thank you very much, Reagan. Coming up, a new twist on plating. It's an exercise trend that's whittling waistlines ahead and behind the headlines.
Hi, I'm Adam Fisher with the Naples Daily News, and I don't just write about high school football, I live it.
What's up, Mr. Fisher? Don't worry about it.
Catch up on the latest in high school football with Andy Sodergren and me, Adam Fisher, each week at naplesnews.com/prepzone. We make high school football real.
You can thank Etsy for exposing many of us to artisan items. From clothing to jewelry, art to furniture, handcrafted is where it's at. The appeal of one-of-a-kind pieces is pumping life into the small marketplace. Jency Emo keeps an inventory of hand-painted decorator items inside her Fort Myers home. Niche businesses like hers are alive and thriving in Southwest Florida. By selling in online shops and through their own websites, arts and crafters are bolstering the small marketplace, where everything is unique and generally made to order.
At least in my shop, I don't make the same thing twice. I might make a second one after a request to see if it's popular and put it out there, or as a sample, but a lot of the times, especially if there's custom requests that you can click on Etsy, then you're gonna get a one-of-a-kind.
Handmade items are a huge trend in gifts. An alternative to mass production, nearly $1 billion in merchandise is sold annually, and more than 1 million craftspeople from around the world do business on Etsy alone. Think you have a lot on your plate? Check this out, a supersized workout that should help you burn extra calories. These are called power plates. The vibrating gym apparatus intensifies workouts by forcing you to engage your balance muscles. It's a hot trend with celebrities and athletes, golfers in particular, we're told. Fitness trainer Christine Androff of Jabs Health and Fitness says it takes conventional exercise up a notch.
The power plate is a vibration training that allows your muscles to contract 40 times in 1 second, which makes the workout, instead of an hour and a half, 27 minutes.
So now you know. Finally, we asked you to give us your best shot, showing off your camera skills, if not your cooking skills. These food faves came to us from our viewers and social media followers. That brings us to the end of our show. You can always reach out to me through my Facebook page, Amy Osher Reporter. And all of our shows are available online. Just log on to naplesnews.com on the left-hand side under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. We'll see you back here next week.